So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for joining us today. We want to seek the blessing of Radha Mother Shyam Sundar Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Gonitai, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. I wanted to talk about Ekadasi, fasting day, because tomorrow is actually Ekadasi, and I thought we'd just cover the sort of austerity that in Kali Yuga we can do quite comfortably. And this is, of course, part of Sanatan Dharma, because the Vedic scriptures, they do recommend us to do some tapasya, some austerities, in order to please the Lord. These are not austerities to show off or to attain some great power or attain some material wealth, but these austerities are meant to actually please the Supreme Lord. And these austerities should also result in assisting us in remembering the Lord more. Any austerity that takes us away from remembering the Lord are austerities their austerities which will give some material benefit, but no spiritual benefit. So Ekadashi is one of those austerities which we can perform quite comfortably in this age of Kali Yuga and please the Lord at the same time. So in the Bhagavad Puran, 12th canto, 12th chapter, 60th verse, it says, Dwadasyam ikadasyam eva Shinvan ayush yavan bhavet vatati nasnan prayatatha bhuto bhavati patakat. One who hears this Bhagavatam on the Ekadasi or Dwadasi day is assured of a long life. One who recites it with careful attention while fasting is purified of all sinful reactions. So let's see, Bhagavatam considers Ekadasi and Dwadasi as very important days. So let's see what all this is about. What is special about Ekadasi? Ekadasi was the name given to a young girl who manifested from the body of Lord Vishnu on the 11th day of the waning moon. According to the pastime in Satya Yuga, a very powerful demon called Mura was defeated by Ekadasi. Being pleased by her act of killing the demon, Lord Vishnu named her Ekadasi because she appeared from the body of the Lord on the day of Ekadasi. And he granted her a wish that if a person observes the fast on the day on Ekadasi, which falls on both the waning and waxing moon, then he will be able to free himself from all sins, will attain his eternal abode. So fasting on this day was given this very special benefit. Thus, Ekadasi fast is very special and prominent fast. So what happened actually, this demon Mura chased the Lord and into a cave, and the Lord then actually fell asleep. And the demon was about to hit the Lord with his sword. Of course, this is Leela. There's no way the Lord can be defeated by Mura or any demon. But this is to increase the pastime, the Leelas of the Lord. He does these pastimes, very difficult to understand. But anyway, from his body manifested this personality, divine personality, and she killed the demon. The Lord, he woke up, he found out what happened, became very pleased with Mura, and he asked Mura, what would you like? I'd like to offer you a gift. She said, yes, you can. Anybody who fasts on this day of Ekadasi should be liberated. And the Lord granted that wish. Another pastime is explained by Srila Vyasadeva to Jaimini Rishi. Vishnu created Papa Purush who punishes sinful people. Papa Purush is basically Yamraj. Once Vishnu went to Yamraj's abode and heard the screams of the punished souls, and he felt great compassion. Then the personification of his compassion manifested as Ekadasi, meaning one of his servants. She said that anyone who serves Vishnu by chanting his name on this day should be saved. Vishnu granted this wish. Everyone started to chant Vishnu's name, and Papa Purush was made redundant because his job was to punish the sinful. There were no more sinful people. So he complained to Vishnu that I have been done out of a job. You wanted me to punish, but there's nobody to punish. Vishnu then said to Papa Purush that when the days, see, he had compassion. Vishnu had compassion on Papa Purush. Okay. When the days of Ekadasi come, you can enter into beans and grains and cereals. So, sin goes into grains, beans, and cereals. So he is in fear of Ekadasi, who he resides, one who doesn't do Ekadasi. So he is in fear of Ekadasi, resides in grains on the day of Ekadasi. Sorry, basically Papa Purush resides in grains on the day of Ekadasi. So this is why it's recommended to fast from grains and beans so that we don't incur sin. Fasting means
Sorry, Prabhuji, yes. I don't understand Papa Puru's last sentence.
Last sentence. Basically, last sentence is saying, Vishnu said to Papa Purush, the personification of Pap, that you can reside in rice, wheat, and things like that.
Yeah.
So whoever eats that are only eating sin. They will be eating sin on Ekadasi. So Papa Purush is a pap to eat grains and beans on day of Ekadasi.
So if you eat this thing, is you doing pap?
You're doing pap. That's it. That's it. That's it.
And it decided by Vishnu.
Yes, Vishnu gave that wish to Papa Purush because Papa Purush was a little upset. Everybody was chanting Vishnu's name. Nobody was sinful. So then Vishnu said, okay, on that day, you can reside in grains. And whoever eats grains will be eating pap, sin.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
But these all things in a Bhagavad Gita, yes?
This isn't. This is in, where is this? This is in one of the Puranas. I can't remember which one now. But in one or two Puranas, there are many stories about Ekadasi. Many stories. Every Ekadasi has a katha. Every single Ekadasi. So those are given in different Puranas. I can't remember the names of the Puranas now.
So this is a different story about Ekadasi, yeah?
हाँ, every एक वर्ष में 26 एकादशी है होय. No, एको एक एकादशी में different story છે.
Oh, okay.
Different punya, different benefit of doing Ekadasi. હા.
હું તો એટલું શીખી છું કે તમે એક દિવસ ઉપવાસ કરો એટલે તમારી scientifically reason કે તમારું body.
That's it. Very important, and we'll come to that. Yes, very good.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Fasting means upvas. There are two meanings of Ekadasi. External, fasting from grains and beans on the 11th day, on the waxing and waning moon. Internal, upvas, means to get closer. So upvas has two meanings, fasting and getting closer. So we want to get closer to Krishna through our 11 senses. We have 11 senses, so we want to come closer to Krishna. So that is Ekadasi Upvas. The idea is that we reduce our basic needs of eating and sleeping so that absorption in Krishna through the 11 senses increase. So this is really the purpose of Ekadasi, not eating or eating non-grains, to get closer to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada explains in the Nectar of Devotion, Ekadashi Vrat means to completely absorb oneself in Krishna consciousness. The basic principle is not just to fast, but to increase one's faith and love for Krishna. It's not just about fasting. Fasting anybody can do. What's the big deal? But the idea is to get closer to Krishna through the fasting. And we can use the fasting to propel us towards becoming more God conscious. One should increase chanting and reading on Ekadasi. So types of Ekadasi, types of fasting, sorry. We can do a complete fast without water every 2 weeks, provided the soul can feast on devotional service. So really, if we are fasting and we are feeling, we are always remembering food, then maybe we should eat non-grains, Ekadasi, Upvas food, and remember God, rather than think of God, fast, think of food, and forget about God. That doesn't help. Not having water can build up acids in the body, which water can flush out. So you can maybe have some regular sips of water. So that's another type of fast. One is complete fast, one is some water. Ambarish Maharaj, he took some water at the end of his fast, which is not considered to be breaking the fast. Well, it is considered to be breaking the fast, but it's also not considered to be breaking the fast. If water and fruit juices are not enough to keep high energy levels for spiritual purposes, then one can take fruits. If fruits are not enough, we can take vegetables. If vegetables are not enough, we can take nuts and milk, things like that. According to some Vaishnava traditions, not all vegetables are suitable for Ekadasi. So this can get very confusing, and best to keep a very simple diet on Ekadasi so that more time can be spent on spirituality. So some traditions don't eat carrots on Ekadasi, although it's a vegetable, but they don't eat carrots. And there's many, many different rules. But maybe the best thing to do is, if one is hungry, is to have some jacket potato from fruits, very simple food. According to modern science, it is known. So now we're moving away from the scriptural basis and a little bit like talking about what Madhuban was saying, the scientific basis. It is known that air pressure on our planet varies to extreme limits on both the new moon, Amavasya, and the full moon, Purnima Day. This is because the orbital path combination of the sun, moon, and earth. This can be observed by the change in the nature of the tidal waves on the new moon and the full moon days. So the tides change according to the position of the moon. The waves are very high and rough, but from the next day after Purnima or Amavasya onwards, the waves become calm, an indication that the pressure has also receded. So things happen around the time of Amavasya and Purnima. Now, based on this fact, the significance of Ekadasi fasting can be explained in two ways. According to science, it takes about 3 to 4 days for the food that we eat today to reach our brain, to give us energy to think. Now, if we eat light food on Ekadasi days, that intake will reach the brain correspondingly on the new moon, full moon day. So Ekadasi, either we fasting or we eat light, 3-4 days later, we'll see the benefit. On both of these days, the earth pressure is at its maximum, thus leading to an imbalance in everything, including one's thought process. So if the input to the brain is at a minimum, the chances of a brain indulging in any wayward activity due to high pressure imbalance also becomes minimum. So the idea is basically, because there are air pressures going on the Amavasya and Purnima day, if we eat on Ekadasi day very lightly, which is 3 or 4 days before Amavasya or Purnima, then the impact of the air pressures, the different types of air pressures, will be less on us. So that's one of the reasons why Ekadasi is a very useful thing to do. Another explanation for the Ekadasi fasting is that compared to any other day of the moon cycle, the atmospheric pressure is the lowest on Ekadasi days. Thus, this is the best time to fast and cleanse the Bahu system. If we fast on any other day, the high pressure strain may damage our system. Thus, it is advisable that after fasting on Ekadasi, on the immediate next day, Dwadasi, we get up early and eat as soon as possible, or drink as soon as possible, whatever is our, whatever we are doing. As per both the above theories, the fasting practice on the Ekadasi days have a strong scientific basis. People who observe the fast are asked to stay away from all types of grains and to have a light diet of nuts, milk, fruits, etc. And that can include potatoes and other vegetables as well. Fasting gives the system a rest. So this is another reason to fast. If we're eating grains, actually take it quite a toll on our system to digest the grains. It's not so easy for the body. So once every 2 weeks, it's good to fast. Even the scientists, I think we'll come to it, in a while. But one, I think, Japanese scientist, he won a Nobel Peace Prize for advocating that we should fast every 2 weeks. Well, this has been described in the Vedic scriptures since time immemorial. Fasting gives the system a rest. The physiological system may become overburdened due to a little overeating or indiscrimination in diet. Thus, the fortnightly Ekadasi fasting gives the system a chance to catch up. We know that the digestive system draws the blood circulation towards the digestive organs. So when we overeat, we're making our organs work hard. The blood circulation increases. Therefore, blood circulation to the head is decreased once the food is taken. So we feel sleepy. Thus, observance of Ekadasis help us to recharge our brain and mind, keeping us more alert, sharp, focused, and more aware. Quite interesting. The fortnightly Ekadasi fasting accompanied with healthy eating improves insulin responsiveness, lowers blood cholesterol, and prolongs lifespan. It helps improve the mental stability of people suffering from anxiety and depression. It also detoxifies the body, cleanses the blood, improves the functioning of kidneys and liver. It is amazing how the ancient Vedic people devised this method to keep themselves fit and free from any negative influences. Oh yeah, here it is. The Japanese cell biologist Yoshinori Koizumi won the Nobel Peace Prize in Medicine in 2016 for his research on how cells recycle and renew their content, a process called autophagy. Fasting activates autophagy, which helps slow down the aging process and has a positive impact on cell renewal, it's associated with longevity. Scientists have found that fasting for 12 or more to 24 or more hours triggers autophagy. There is a large body of research that connects fasting with improved blood sugar control, reduced inflammation, weight loss, and improved brain function. This is all that previous Vedic knowledge had already provided, but now they're finding this out. To increase longevity and also look young, scientific research discovered that calories intake needs to be reduced by 25%. And after extensive experiments, they determined that this can be attained by fasting once in 2 weeks for 36 hours, which is basically an Ekadasi fast. By every person between the age of 8 and 80 years old. We are constantly eating and making our stomachs work hard to digest the food. Thus, to give the stomach a rest every couple of weeks is a good way to detoxify the body. A break in eating every now and then can help us reduce weight of the body and help us become mentally strong. The moon controls the mind. So fasting, when the moon is very active on the 11th day, will help us control the mind. So, why no grains on Ekadasi? So this is another sort of a scientific basis. Sins reside in grains on the 11th day. That might be difficult for people to understand and accept, right? How can sins not be there on the first 10 days and then suddenly on the 11th day, grains are sinful to eat, okay? When we cook grains, so there's another alternative way of looking at it. When we cook grains, the consciousness of the cook is transferred to the grains. So when we're cooking, we're actually shifting our attitude, our mood into the food. Right? The moon causes high and low tides and also adds taste to vegetables. So this is the function of the moon. Right? Causes these tides and also adds taste to the vegetables. The maximum pull of the moon creating high tides is between Dasami, 10th day, and Dwadasi, 12th day, which causes more water to be retained in the body through grains, which is not flushed out. So this is something which is quite interesting. I don't really have any specific proof or scientific authority to say this, but this is what has been understood, that water retention is greater between Dasami and Dwadasi through grains. And this water doesn't get flushed out. 75% of the body consists of water, so there is a reason to avoid grains on the 11th day now, having too much water. So this is quite interesting. So some other points. Should not fast on Dasami, right? On the 10th day, on the Ekadasi, any day, any part of the day is Dwadasi, is Dasami, 10th day, we don't fast. Sometimes part of the day may be Dasami and the rest Ekadasi. So then should fast on the following day. And even if that following day is Dwadasi, it doesn't matter. Dwadasi is very good to fast. The fast should be completed on the day after Ekadasi with water, if doing nirjan, or grains within a certain time period, which depends on the muhurtas, auspicious times. Sometimes there are differences of when devotees of other groups fast. We follow the local moon timing. Sometimes we see in India they fast one day later. So that gets a little confusing sometimes. But we fast according to the timings of the local place where we're living. Another point is fasting is important because even Lord Chaitanya requested his mother to fast on Ekadasi. So the Lord himself recommends this fast. So how important it is. If we do the full fast, we get full benefit. Eating once in the evening, we get half the benefit. Like that, it gets a little reduced. But to be honest, we shouldn't be doing Ekadasi for getting benefit. The idea of Ekadasi is to please the Supreme Lord by our tapasya. That's why we want to do Ekadasi. Any questions? Any comments? I wanted to finish there. Some of this is obviously a little controversial and not necessarily proven, but there is.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
It's said that Krishna doesn't fast. We don't on the Ekadashi. Is it true that we don't offer fasting food to the Krishna?
That's correct. When we cook, especially in the temple, when we're cooking for Krishna, then he can still get the Kadasi food, prasad, or food rather, bhoga, but there must be a grain with it because Krishna doesn't fast.
Why?
Is that what we should be doing with Bhog as well?
He's the boss.
So
We don't let him fast. He
Ah.
can't fast. No way. Krishna never fast. He eats 8 times a day or 7 times a day, 8 times a day. He's not allowed to fast. Devotees never allow him to fast.
because he's baby. People
He's a
devotees
baby.
sometimes pray to baby Krishna. That's why.
That's right. The mood is we don't want the Lord to do any austerities. We want him to enjoy. And, that is our mission in life.
So when we offer bhoga, should we adding some grain to his food?
At home, it
Yeah.
may not be so practical because, you won't be eating that grain.
No.
But in the temples, it is a practice that grains are offered, yes. At home, if there's an opportunity to cook grains and offer it on Ekadasi, that's fantastic. But at home, it's sometimes can be impractical.
Yeah.
But if the opportunity is there, yeah, do it. Absolutely. If one of the family members is not doing Ekadasi and you're cooking some grains, yes, definitely offer that to Krishna.
Okay.
Good.
Prabhuji, I need to leave because I'm doing
Okay.
some.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna,
And we'll see you on Sunday.
Sunday meeting, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Good.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else? Anybody enjoy the fasting? Everybody's fasting. Madhuban, you're fasting, of course.
Not really all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes I can't. I don't know why, and sometimes I do. Anyway,
Yeah.
these days, sometimes I have to leave, and I believe that, but whatever I eat, I give it to him. So
That's okay. Yes. So you can avoid the sins that way. Yeah, that's true. But
otherwise, only fruit.
fruit.
Mm.
But you can also, like you could Ferrari Kano, you can do like this, shark and samo. So
Yeah,
many
શામોક સાબુદાણાની ખીચડી ને એવું બધું હવે હું ટ્રાય કરું છું
Yeah.
પણ મારા હસબન્ડ કોઈ દિવસ બહુ ફાસ્ટિંગ ના કરતા
Yeah. Let him
એવરી
eat. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. He's not on there. But yeah, but now you can do. Now you should try.
No,
because
today I listen whole story, and it's
mm,
I know that's beneficial for body, and it's scientifically reason.
yes,
It's better if you eat less one day. It's and no eat grain and everything is best. Be- As a science student, I know that, but
okay,
but
yeah.
sometimes body need sometimes, so I just give up.
No. But you can still eat. Just eat like you can even do roti. What's that? Ekadasi flour. What's the flour's name? Ferrari.
Oh,
Ferrari.
Ferrari flower. Yeah, I
Ah,
got it.
ah,
I got it in my house, and I'm trying to do it also. And I decided I have to do.
mm,
Don't give up Ekadasi,
mm,
but sometimes I don't
mm.
know.
It's very
But now
easy.
after this story, now it's make me
Yeah, inspire you to do.
strong.
Yeah, you can plan it the day before, તમે
Yeah, yeah.
કાલે બનાવવું છે, you can just plan it and you can definitely still eat.
Mataji makes chapati from
Yeah.
Ferrari flour.
Yes, it's very, very good. તમને ખબર જ નહીં પડે કે it's Ferrari flour. It's so
So,
good.
is there Mataji here? Can I
Yeah,
ask,
she's here. Yeah, come.
please?
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Mataji. When you make a chapati from Ferrari flour, what do you use in the flour? Oil and
Just
water.
oil, yeah, normal, like you do, or just oil and water, and make the dough, and then just yeah, they roll out really nicely, as they're nice and soft.
Oh, okay. I try now. Anyhow,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I'm very, to be honest, I am a very chapati lover.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
So, every day, I just this time I'm talking. It's month ago. My blood pressure went up to more than 200,
Wow.
Wow.
and 1 week I was suffering for 200 and 204,
Wow.
and then one night I rang my daughter. They said, "Look, I'm going to sleep, but I'm letting you know that my blood pressure is too high." And she said, "I come there." And I said, "No, I'm just going to sleep." But after that, a week after, I went to my son's house and I come back. I stayed some days my daughter's house, and I changed my attitude and mood and everything is for 2 weeks. But when I come again, when I come home, what I decided to start eating one piece of garlic in early morning with when I do my tea with chapati, the cold chapati. Day before, when I make chapati,
Yeah.
and morning I have this piece of garlic, raw garlic and chapati. You believe it or not, my doctor was he said, "How did you make this one?" I said, "I am doing now again. I used to do yoga and pranayam. I used to teach people, but after my husband death, I just
You
left everything.
yeah.
And now I started, after my BP went up, I started pranayam, little bit, 10 minutes anulom vilom, 10 minutes other things, and especially om, chanting om,
Yeah.
and this garlic. It's make my
Right.
BP really, really improve. Now I am having on 136, 140.
Good.
My blood pressure. So I am every day morning I love to eat chapati with my cup of tea.
Yeah. So you can do this one.
But try to avoid garlic on that day.
Yeah, I know.
Garlic is
Yeah.
medicine anyway. Only if you're not well, you can perhaps take it.
No,
So your
on
blood pressure
Ekadasi I can avoid. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't.
But
Yeah.
even now,
Thank you.
your blood pressure is a bit normal. So see if you can avoid it.
Yeah,
And see
yeah.
what it's like,
Yeah,
your blood pressure as well.
Yeah. But I have to go to see the doctor again on 9th. Meanwhile, I'm to carry on this one. But not, I won't eat tomorrow, Ekadasi. I won't eat garlic
Okay.
anywhere. And I am going to try fasting tomorrow.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you anyway. Thank you.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so thank you so much. We should stop there. Hare Krishna, everybody.